and they have had one tie. Angels will be sending to the mound Jason Vargas this afternoon. He's come away with a victory in his 3 starts so far this spring. He's worked 9 2/3 innings so far in the Cactus League, giving up 10 hits and 5 earned runs. And he will be opposed by a young right-hander who joined the Brewers last season, got called up and did a pretty good job in 6 games, 5 as a starter. His name is Willie Peralta, 23-year-old right-hander. He was 2-1 with Milwaukee last year and 7-11 last season pitching in AAA. He's trying to earn a spot in their starting rotation. The Brewers coming into spring with several holes as far as their starting rotation, and he's been in a fight with a few others to try and anchor one of the final spots in their starting rotation. Jose Mota is alongside, and Jose, after a day off yesterday, the Angels back at it today, and we could possibly see a new Angel sometime in today's ball game, and that's a catcher the Angels acquired yesterday, signed him after he was placed on waivers by the Washington Nationals. His name is Chris Snyder.
Yeah, Chris Snyder, obviously the Angels bring in as an experienced catcher, a quality backup. Mike Swisher referred to him this morning as a soft presence behind the plate. Obviously 9-year experience, well known by Angels general manager Jerry DiPoto, and a guy that Mike Swisher described as a good catch and throw individual with the opportunity with the bat to drive the ball in the gaps, occasional power. And certainly the Angels know there has been some struggles with the backup catching situation, the throwing issues with Hank Conger, even though his numbers offensively are very good. John Hester really has not presented an overall good package to put himself in the picture, even though he did a respectable job for the Angels last year during the regular season. But Snyder's going to have every chance to be the guy to go out there and show the experience and back up Chris Iannetta. But this doesn't stop the other guys from making a push and putting themselves back in the map.
Mentioning the new catcher, Chris Snyder, and he is here in uniform with the Angels today. The other Angel catchers who are in the fight for the backup spot, Hank Conger, also John Hester and Luke Harlan, they're all going to see some action somewhere in the Angels system today. Conger is slated to catch in the AAA game, and Hester and Harlan are slated to catch in the Angels AA game. So we're set for baseball here at the Maryvale Baseball Park. Mike Trout will lead it off. Looking in for the sign is Willie Peralta. Here's the first pitch today, and it's low and away. We're underway. The count 1 ball, no strikes on Trout. Trout getting the start in center, and then he'll be followed by Callaspo and Pujols. Albert playing first base today. Here's the next pitch, and that's a low and away on Mike Trout. Count goes to 2 balls, no strikes.
Peralta's always had the good arm. Obviously what has also accompanied him throughout his career is the command and walk issues. He is a high walk type of pitcher.
And here's the next pitch. That one is low, and he misses ball 3. Peralta has been bothered by some right arm stiffness this spring, and he's also a young pitcher who originally was an outfielder, converted to pitching. Here's the next delivery. Lifted in the air into right center field. Schaefer is the center fielder. He's going to be called off by the right fielder, and that's Aoki. And he will put that one away in shallow right center, and that's the game's first out.
Well, the green light comes on for Mike Trout, 3-0, and Peralta made a good pitch. Maybe not the pitch that Trout wanted to be swinging at 3-0, but certainly a lot of times when you get a chance to get that freedom at 3-0, you just want to go out there and hack.
80 degrees at game time here on the west side of Phoenix. Alberto Callaspo, the next batter. He's hitting out of the 2-hole today. Switch hitter, batting from the left side. Here's the first pitch. He takes that one in there for a called strike.
Alberto's been hot. The ball's really been jumping off of his barrel the last couple of games.
He's 10 for 32 this spring. 4 runs batted in. Next delivery, and he takes that one for a called strike, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Callaspo hitting a little over 300 here in the Cactus League. Angels as a team this spring hitting .314 in spring training, but a high ERA of 7.05, the team earned run average. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Alberto. Peralta, a pretty quick worker with no one on, delivers, and that pitch is low and in.
Sorry, I'd like to know the breakdown, not just of the Angels, but the baseball overall, of the ERAs in spring training after the 6th inning. It seems like that's where really it slows down. You see the walks increase. You see more runs getting scored.
That's when a lot of the younger pitchers get into the games. The next delivery, it's chopped to the shortstop, fielded there by Segura, the former Angel, and he'll throw out Callaspo. A couple of easy outs here in the top of the first inning. Albert Pujols will be the next batter. Pujols hitting in the 3-hole. Josh Hamilton will be up next. He'll be the cleanup batter. And the power of the lineup, it's brought to you by Loan Mart. Need cash fast? If you have a car that's paid off or almost paid off, get $2,500 to $50,000 today with a quick and easy car title loan. Call 1-800-LOAN-MART today. So here's Pujols. And the first pitch from Peralta. That's low and outside. Albert's gone 7 for 20 this spring with a pair of home runs. And the next pitch, he waves at that one and misses it.
There's a shift, but it's only on the shortstop, Segura. Nice pitch here by Peralta, right over that bat.
1-1. That's a called strike. Just nipped the outside corner. Peralta will feature a fastball, throw a slider, and change. He'll top out around 95 miles per hour. Here's the next one on Albert, and that comes in, and that got a piece of him. That pitch was rising up and in, and on a 2-strike delivery, Pujols hit by the pitch. Appears to be okay as he trots up to first base.
He tried a little extra on this one, and it's just got Albert. Luckily, it didn't score him up, but it looks like he got home plate umpire Seth Buckminster a little bit more than it got Pujols.
And he apparently was struck on the left hand and around the wrist area. And now he is leaving the field. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay here.
You see one of the umpires actually hustling over to the clubhouse, to their umpire's dressing room to maybe go get the equipment.
Right. So the home plate umpire's out, and boy, they didn't waste any time having him leave, and he might have suffered this conjecture here, maybe some sort of a break on that left hand. So Mike Scioscia talking to Tim McClellan, who's the crew chief here, and we're in for a little bit of a delay as they wait for one of the other umpires to get some gear to take over behind the plate. Want to remind you, this copyrighted broadcast, it's presented by authority of Angels Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of Angels Baseball. Well, we have a little bit of a break here in the action, and we do see the home plate umpire walking down the right field side as he is going to leave, so we'll be down to a 3-man crew. Here's what's remaining for the Angels here this spring in Arizona. The Halos will be back at Tempe Diablo tomorrow to take on the Cleveland Indians.
Sorry, timeout real quick. You don't see this happen very often in the big league game, but they're going to go with the umpire, Tim McClellan, behind the mound for now. This is pretty amazing.
Right. He's going to call balls and strikes from behind the pitcher's mound.
How about this?
Yep.
How about a little throwback action here?
And we're going with 2 umpires as well, because the third umpire is changing his gear. There's a pitch that's way high, and that might throw a pitcher off a little bit. You got a guy almost breathing down your neck behind you.
Yeah, and it was Tim McClellan, the one that kind of took the initiative to say, you know what, let's get going here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all pros here. I think we know what the strike zone looks like.
1 ball, no strikes on Josh Hamilton, and this one is fouled off on the left side. It's going to get back and out of play.
How about the batter?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be a little thrown off, too.
Yep.
You don't get to see this in a big league game, or even to have an umpire that close to home plate is pretty dangerous on a comebacker.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of T-ball or coach pitch or something like that. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Hamilton. Peralta ready. Here's the next delivery, and it's smacked on the right side, right at the second baseman. Weeks will field and throw out, Josh, and the inning is over. So it ends on a 4-3 ground out. No runs, hits, or errors. A hit batsman and one runner left. We are going to the bottom of the first here at Maryvale Baseball Park. There's no score on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, don't forget, now is the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the upcoming 2013 season. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy a game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. Suite rentals also offer all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverages. To reserve your suite, just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/suites. Jason Vargas has completed his warm-up tosses and will continue to go with the two-man umpiring crew for just a little bit longer. I was mentioning what's left for the Angels here in Arizona in the Cactus League. Tomorrow, a home game against Cleveland. The Angels will play a night game on Thursday against Texas. That'll be in Surprise. Back in Tempe on Friday afternoon against the Royals. The Angels will have a split squad day on Saturday. We'll send one team to Mesa to take on the Cubs, and the Angels will host these Brewers on Saturday at Tempe Diablo as well. Sunday, the Angels entertain the Giants in Tempe, as that pitch from Vargas is in there for a strike. And then
that was a complaint from the fans already on Tim McClellan calling that one.
Well, heck, he's about 70 feet away from home plate. He doesn't have the best bird's eye view. Here's the next pitch. And that one is a pitch that misses. 1-1 to count.
McClellan also holding an extra baseball in his hand. So there's no holdup after a foul ball.
And here's the next delivery. That one is chopped over the mound, out behind second, backhanded by Howie. The throw is going to be late, and that'll be an infield hit for Aoki. So Noro Aoki is in the big leagues for the first time last year and had a nice season for Milwaukee. He's on with a single to start off their first inning today.
Anytime the second baseman has to take an additional step back and sideways with a guy like Aoki with that type of swing and a follow through almost falling down, it's going to be tough to get him out.
Ricky Weeks is the batter. Right-handed hitter. Vargas working from the stretch. Aoki can run. He had 30 stolen bases last year, and the first pitch, that one is tipped into the mitt of Iannetta for strike one. Next week, the Angels will have games against the White Sox and Arizona. Those games will be next Monday and Tuesday on the 25th and 26th. That game on the 26th against the D-backs will be a night game, and then the Angels' final Cactus League game will be a week from tomorrow, and that'll be next Wednesday on the 27th in Tempe against Texas.
Terry, come on now. running to the end here already?
Hard to believe.
Huh?
Yep. It seemed like it would never get here, and then lately it seems like it'll never end.
See ya.
But there is some light at the end of the tunnel here. Cactus League wrapping up in just over a week.
And the general feeling among the players is can't wait to get started.
Yep. Here's the pitch, and that ball is blasted out to left field. It is way gone. A home run. Boy, he hit that one way back in the grass area, and it took a bounce and hopped over the big cinder block wall out there. 2-run homer, 2-0 in favor of Milwaukee. Weeks' second home run this spring.
Ricky Weeks healthy. Ricky Weeks striking a pitch up around the zone from Jason Vargas, who will give up his share of home runs, of course, when the ball stays flat over the zone and he pitches upstairs. But that ball hit a concrete path, one hop over the wall out of the stadium.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good poke. That ball was hit, well, maybe around 450 or so.
Maybe Ricky Weeks will tell Tim McClellan, why don't you guys do this during the season sometime soon?
Here's Ryan Braun. He can hit him a long way as well. 41 homers last year. He's had 1 this spring, and he chops that one foul on the left side. He's only had 8 at-bats with Milwaukee this spring. He was on Team USA in the WBC. Two nothing Brewers. Home run. Vargas allowed the Weeks the second one. He's surrendered so far this spring. Here's the next pitch, and that one inside on Braun.
Well, big story here today, of course, keeping an eye on Albert Pujols, who was playing first base today. Well, there's an umpire, all dressed up, coming back.
That's why you hear the fans cheering.
All right. Tim McClellan out of the line of fire right now.
We'll have a true home plate umpire once again. And Tim McClellan wants the new home plate umpire to take a look at a few pitches here. So Vargas is going to throw a few warm-ups just so everybody's set and ready to go. Tim McClellan also indicating to the home plate umpire what the count is.
Yeah, Terry, hopefully everything will be fine with Seth Buckminster, who took that shot, ricocheted off Albert's hand and into his hand.
Yeah. So here's the next delivery, and Braun is reaching. He pops that one up foul. Still a couple strikes on him. Ryan Braun went to Granada Hills High School. .41 home runs last year. That led the National League. He also led the NL in runs scored, 108. Here's the next pitch. He chops it down the third base side, right at Callaspo. His throw is just in time. Pretty close play. And that's the first out. 5-3 on the ground out. Aramis Ramirez will be the next batter.
Always positive news for Ron Renicky to have Aramis Ramirez available. He suffered a knee injury here against the Angels, in fact. Sliding into second base a couple of weeks back.
Injured his left knee, and he's had 19 at-bats so far this spring. Here's the pitch. That one is a strike on the inside corner. A player that has not seen any action yet for Milwaukee and doesn't figure to see any here in the Cactus League is Corey Hart, who's coming back from right knee surgery. And he looks like he could be sidelined until the end of April, maybe the beginning of May. He had 30 home runs for them last year, speaking of Hart. Here's the two-strike pitch, and that one is tipped foul right by the plate. So it's still 0-2 on Aramis Ramirez.
Well, that was a very strange swing there by Ramirez. It almost seems like either he didn't see the ball well, but then when he threw the bat at the ball, he lost his balance. Oh, maybe that knee that backfired on him.
Here's the next pitch, and he lays off that one for a ball. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He fooled him, nearly spun him around chasing that pitch, struck him out. So Ramirez is out. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the first, and Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher, will be the next batter.
Even with a home run to Ricky Weeks, a pitch up in the zone, mistake by Vargas. Every other pitch he has finished hitters on has been solid, including that hopper over the mound where Aoki got aboard on the infield single. That was a good pitch to a lefty, so there's some good things happening on the mound for Vargas so far.
Here's the first delivery, and it's fouled off by Lucroy. Back to our right now to play. The count, no balls and 1 strike.
For Vargas, it's all about setting up that changeup, and he'll do it by throwing the cutter inside, the 90-91. He'll run the fastball away.
Oh, 1 delivery. That's way low and outside. A fastball misses.
That's a good pitch out there after the big swing by Lucroy, the one before. Has the ability to just show you different planes and different sides of the plate with different moves and spins.
Here's the 1-1. That's low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was the intention of a different look. He went fastball away, missing, then tried the back door breaking ball on that one.
Here's the lefty's 2-1 delivery, low, and now the count goes to 3-1. When the Angels bat in the second, it'll be Trumbo, Kendrick, and Iannetta against Willie Peralta. Milwaukee up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. The 3-1 pitch, right in there for a called strike, 3-2.
Terry, this ballpark looks good, and it smells nice up here.
Yeah, you have the real ballpark smells up here in our booth. You can smell the food below us. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air on the left side, the shortstop Romine. A few feet back on the outfield grass. He's under. He'll squeeze it, and the inning is over. But the Brewers do pick up a pair on the 2-run homer by Weeks. They had 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 1, it's 2-0 Milwaukee on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Right-hander Willie Peralta ready to go. Fans, don't forget, win 2-night stay, 2 rounds of golf, and dinner for 2 at the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. Just text the message AM 830 Fantasy to 50352 to sign up. Contestants will be announced daily starting on April the 1st. Contest rules are at am830.net, keyword fantasy, and it's all brought to you by the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. So the first batter up for the Angels, Mark Trumbo. Trumbo's had kind of a quiet spring so far. He's gone 9 for 39. That's a .231 batting average. He's had only one extra base hit and only one RBI. He's yet to hit a home run so far in the Cactus League, and today he's playing in game number 16. First pitch in there for a strike. Howie Kendrick, who's been sizzling, waits on deck, and the next pitch, Trumbo takes it low and away. 1-1 to count.
Just keep an eye on Trumbo, and when those hands are starting, it seems like at times he's been caught in between. And we've seen, Terry, that slow hopper to third base very often here in spring training.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is missed by Trumbo. He's in the hole. It's now 1-2.
As hitters, there's times when you're caught in between. My hand's going back, the pitch coming, my front step, when do I land? All those things go into play and not be in a good hitting position.
Here's the next delivery, and that one is low and outside. We were talking a little bit earlier about the Maryvale Baseball Park. We're on the west side of Phoenix, and when you enter this stadium, you're entering at street level, and then all the seats are below ground. So you have to walk down to your seat, even if you're in the last row. Here's a bouncer hit to Segura, the shortstop. Funny hop, stays with it, and nips Trumbo at first base for the out.
Well, Tim McClellan said he was on the bag, so Alex Gonzalez really stretched out. Naturally a shortstop, and he's supposed to make the ball club as a backup everywhere right now, and also as a great tutor to shortstop Segura, who made that throw there. But once again, you see the high hops. Once again, that's not the game that and how you want to see Trumbo be connecting it right now.
At the plate is Howie Kendrick. He's batting in the number 6 spot today, and he takes the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Mentioned how hot Howie has been. .513 is his batting average this spring. And the pitch evens up to count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kendrick's already had 39 at-bats. Trumbo just had his 40th at-bat this spring. Here's the next pitch. Chop to short. Playing the hop is Segura. His throw is in plenty of time. That's the second out. So Segura's been pretty busy. He's already handled 3 ground balls against the first 6 Angel batters in this game. 2 are gone, and Chris Iannetta will be the next hitter.
To refresh everybody's memory, Segura was part of the trade that allowed the Angels to go out and get Zach Greinke. Segura, along with pitchers Ariel Pena and Johnny Helwig.
Here's the pitch. That one is low and outside.
And Segura played well enough after the trade at around the 260 mark, close to 270, that he is slated to be the starting shortstop.
He's hitting over 350 for them this spring.
And led the Dominican League in hitting this winter, too.
Here's the pitch. Iannetta bounces one fair on the third base side. It skips off the glove of Ramirez, who is ranging toward the line. It's got to be a hit. He'll throw to first base, and Iannetta is on with the Angels' first hit of the day, a 2-out single. Andrew Romine will be the next batter.
Second time I see Ramirez once again almost lose his balance. So, of course, because of the balcony, I just anticipate that he's almost in a rehab process here, Terry, because seemed a little wobbly a couple of times. One time hitting, and now with his tough play to his right, also almost losing his balance.
Left-handed hitting, Andrew Romine batting. 2 outs, runner on the pitch, and that one is outside. 1-0.
All right, so it's 80 degrees here. Milwaukee's high today is supposed to be 28.
Wow.
Flurries. And the low of 12. Terry, enjoy beautiful Maryville. And get ready for Milwaukee, but not in 28.
You got it. There's the pitch. Drilled into center field. Schaefer is the center fielder. He's there waiting, though. Hit right near him, and the inning is over. So the Angels send 4 up, and 3 are retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Bottom of the second coming up. It is 2-0 Milwaukee on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, don't forget, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium today. Watch over 150 select spring training games live, plus every regular season game live or on demand on over 250 mobile and connected devices. Visit Angels.com for details. So we go to the bottom of the second. Alex Gonzalez will lead it off, then Gene Segura and Logan Schaefer against the Angels left-hander Jason Vargas. Here's the pitch, and that one is a strike on the outside corner. Gonzalez, veteran player, will be a utility man for them this year. He's 36 years old. He was with the Brewers last year, and he tips that one into the mid Iannetta for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes.
This guy's a 14-year veteran who knows and understands his days as an everyday player are behind him, but he's been involved in some quality ball clubs through the years.
Here's the next pitch, and he skies one in the air into left field. Trumbo's playing out there today, circling under, and he'll put it away for the out. One away, and here is Gene Segura. Segura got into a game last year with the Angels, you might recall, and then he finished up last season playing for Milwaukee. Spent a lot of time in Double-A last year in both the Angels and Brewers systems. And he's having a nice spring. First pitch in there on him for a called strike.
He's a young player that, for a couple of springs we talked about how energetic and how he reminded us of a young Eric Ibar during that same stage of his career.
And the next delivery, he lines that one just out of the reach of Romine, and he's on with a 1-out single.
And his confidence only keeps rising.
Yep.
The Brewers actually shut him down in winter ball and said, that's enough. You played enough. It's time to get back into your strengthening and conditioning program and get enough rest.
So here's Logan Schaefer. Left-handed batter, one of a couple in their lineup. The other one is Aoki, the leadoff man. Vargas working from the stretch. 1 out, a runner on. Here's the pitch. And that one is taken for a called strike by Schaefer, who was in 16 games last year for the Brewers. Spent most of last season in Triple-A. Angels infield playing it at double play depth. Vargas delivers, and Schaefer drills one into center field. Trout is going way back on that one, and he will make a fine running catch out on the warning track. Boy, Trout went after that one, and he got it, and Segura has to hustle back to first base.
Well, Trout has some work to do in center field because by crashing into that wall and pushing to it, he opened the gate back in center field. But what a great jump. First of all, and understanding what that ball is going to do coming off the left-handed bats. He played it exactly right in opening up that body and knowing how to trace those steps going back.
Trout just closed a couple of doors right there. He closed the door on Schaefer, and he literally closed the center field door.
It's a busy man out there in center field.
Multitasking this afternoon.
Put that young man to work.
Here's the pitcher, Willie Peralta, batting. He's a right-handed batter. He bats with 2 outs. He takes ball 1-1-0. Peralta had a hit last season. 1 for 11 in his limited at-bats with Milwaukee, the pitcher. And here's the next pitch, and that one is a called strike on the outside corner. If you're just tuning in or rejoining us, great to have you with us on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith, Jose Mota, and our producer-engineer Darren Chan. Victor Rojas will be right around the corner with play-by-play action in the third. It's 2-0 in favor of Milwaukee. Here's the next pitch, and that one is cut on missed.
As it is very typical. You'll see the right fielder, Hamilton, really cheating in. The pitcher hitting, and Dino Evil, Angels coach, has been real busy calling his outfielders in. Hey, let the pitcher hit it over your head. Let's go.
Here's the next delivery, and that one misses a little bit low.
So why the right fielder? More than anybody else, because they anticipate the pitcher who's batting to be a little late on everything. There's very few exceptions on guys that are on the ball and can pull it with authority. And, of course, you guard against the blooper to right field and a late swing and getting jammed.
2-strike pitch. That one is waved at and missed. Struck him out, and that will end the inning. Second strikeout for Vargas in the inning. No runs. They had a hit. No errors. They leave a runner on. Third inning is coming up. It's 2-0 Milwaukee. Victor Rojas will join Jose for play-by-play action when we return on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Hey, folks, opening night at the Big A is right around the corner on Tuesday, April the 9th. The Angels will be hosting the Oakland Athletics at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a wall calendar courtesy of Smart & Final. While supplies last, to purchase your tickets, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or easily log on at angels.com. 2-0 Milwaukee as we start the top of the third here at Maryville Baseball Complex. Victor Rojas along with Jose Mota. You see Albert Pujols in the dugout. Nice to see him, Jose, finally take the field and get some repetitions over at first base.
Yeah, it's good for Albert. And as you know, Albert's been working out there for all spring training. Now the big test comes during the game, all the cutting and stopping and going, and guys threatening to bunt. All those things that go into play into, of course, getting ready for that first series in Cincinnati, where there's no DH, obviously.
And the hope, of course, is that we'll get a chance to talk with him after the game, and that'll be part of our post-game extravaganza that will continue on. Halos here in the third inning, sent up 9-1-2. Vargas, Trout, and Callaspo. National League Ballpark. Might as well get the pitchers swinging. Less than 2 weeks away. Opening day in Cincinnati. First one is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
Angels pitchers, as long as they get a chance to swing the bat in spring training, do it. That's why Vargas is so happy walking to home plate. He's got the full armor on, too.
Oh, big swing and a miss.
Look at the size of that shingle.
Yep. It's straight out of somebody's catcher's bag, it looks like.
Oh, my goodness.
Peralta with good stuff so far this afternoon. Fastball is up and away. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Typically, Mike Scioscia does not allow his pitchers to swing the bat at all in spring training. Different story now because of the proximity to that one series.
Yeah, you usually don't get into interleague schedule. You hadn't until May. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him with a high fastball, and there's out number 1. First strikeout for Peralta. First down here in the third. If I remember correctly, I don't know if we asked Jason this on a hot stove show or what, but I think he was a pretty good stick in college at Long Beach State.
Could hit.
Yeah.
Weaver told me that.
That's what it was.
He could hit a little bit.
Yeah. He looked like he can carry himself there. But as I said, Peralta, a guy that relies on his sinker, got good velocity and good movement today. Here's Mike Trout 0 for 1 with a fly ball to right field. First one's up and in.
Well, it seems like Peralta's throwing harder now than he was in the first inning. As you mentioned, that sinker was really on. Getting over the mound, over the slope, and they've been trying to stress with him. And pitching coach Rick Kranitz is stay tall and drive down. Use that big body to drive down and trust your movement.
1-0 pitch, and Trout lifts it in the air down the right field line. Long run in for Aoki, the right fielder. Going out is Alex Gonzalez. Nobody can get it. Bounds into the bullpen area in the right field corner. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count for Trout. It was just about midway between first and second base. But just back to Peralta, we're talking about Rick Kranitz and the job that they've been doing with the young man. This kid is just 23 years of age. He put up in a limited sample last year, pretty good numbers with Milwaukee in 6 games, 5 starts. And right now slated to be that number 3 starter. One of his biggest issues is falling off that first base side and all of a sudden losing the mechanics and the release point. 1-1 pitch down and in.
That's a good pitch and a good point you bring up, because he's been very consistent in his landing spot. Pretty much a straight line, bending over the right leg. That's why you haven't seen him missed a lot high. He's missed low more often.
2-1. Trout fouls it back. There's that sinker down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He kind of reminds me a little bit. There's the windup from Peralta. With that little windup right there, Yovani Gallardo.
He does. That's a good guy to watch video of.
Yeah.
Your teammate. Gallardo is a horse, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great pitcher.
It's the ace of the Brewers staff. 2-2. Breaking ball a little bit high. Full count now. Alberto Callaspo's on deck. 2-0. Milwaukee leads it. Ricky Weeks home run in the first. (3-2). Broken bat flare out to shallow right field. Weeks is not going to get there. It falls in for a base hit. It's like a little lob wedge right over the head of Ricky Weeks. It even checked up for him. A single for Mike Trout puts a man on with an out here in the third.
Good call. I wonder if Mike Trout has the same swing in the golf course.
A little spin back. I like that.
How about that? Good hitters will get jammed. Bad hitters will get jammed too, but more times than not, bad hitters will get fooled.
Yeah, they'll miss more often.
Yes.
Here's Callaspo. Ground ball to short in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Ramos Ramirez playing in, and the cut of the grass just off the bag too at third. Fastball is high, and there's the one time we've just seen right there. We were just talking about falling off to that first base side. All of a sudden the ball just sailed up and away.
You're right, and I think what happens sometimes if he starts listening to the glove going, I'm really popping it now. Let me try a little bit extra harder. That's what happens.
Trout started to go and then stopped. Another fastball that misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. And Peralta wants a new baseball put into play.
Now, this Rick Callaspo to me is the ideal guy batting second in most situations. He's seen a couple of pitches. And he's not afraid to take more for Mike Trout at first base.
Long pause there, and the 2-0 is hit in the air toward right field. Aoki back a couple of steps. He's turned around a little bit and makes a catch. Trout will stay at first base. That's the second out here in the third inning. So 2 outs. Trout still at first. And here comes Albert.
Peralta threw Pujols nothing but sinkers first time up. He really wanted to brush him off the plate, push him off until one of them got away and hit Albert, and then the guy that suffered the most damage was home plate umpire Seth Buckminster, who had to leave the game.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the one pitch, I think it was the pitch right before Pujols got hit by the pitch. The sinker that tied him up and swung over. That was incredible. Incredible movement down and in. You get a guy like Albert at the plate, that type of swing. That usually tells you that guy on the mound got pretty good stuff. Trout with a decent lead over first base. I'll check in on him.
And Victor, there's no hiding as to what Lucroy is trying to do behind the plate and where he's setting up. There's that good running fastball we could see in the monitor there.
Fastball high. 1 ball, no strikes. Beautiful day here in the Valley of the Sun. Actually, cooler temperatures. Slight little breeze blowing out a little bit. Flags at left center field kind of died down. But
we're talking about 80 degrees here, Victor, and 27 degrees in Milwaukee.
I saw in the forecast here coming up, I think next Friday, snow flurries and 39 in Cincinnati.
Beautiful.
Albert drives one out toward right center field, hit very well. Schaefer giving chase at the wall, reaches up, and he got it. He makes the catch, and he robs Albert Pujols. Terrific play by Logan Schaefer, the center fielder, moving to his left, and at the last minute leaping up at the wall at the top of the fence, making the grab, and that ends the top of the third. Halos still trailing 2-0. We are at the Maryvale Baseball Complex, the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Bottom of the third, 2-0. Milwaukee leads it. Trout's in center field, and this guy's trying to reel him in.
Came to Maryville to catch a Trout. How about that?
It's a good look. I like that. That's unique. First one from Vargas is drilled into center field. It's a leadoff base hit by Nori Aoki, the right fielder. So Aoki is now 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. That'll bring up Ricky Weeks, the second baseman, who homered. 2-run shot, a blast out to left field. It hit the walkway beyond the berm and then bounced over the concrete wall that's out in left field. Second home run of the spring for Weeks. 2-run shot, giving him 4 runs batted in. Vargas with a couple of strikeouts and no walks. Here's the first one. Outside, off-speed pitch. We go back to the first inning and the swing that Weeks put on that pitch.
Kind of a short, sweet, and powerful 0-1. One hopper out of the stadium.
Aoki with a short lead over at first base. 1-0. Weeks takes the breaking pitch. Strike in at the knees.
And Victor, for Ricky Weeks, of course, concerned about staying healthy, having a good spring, taking over that job again, and staying on the field. But also wants to see his brother Jemile step up and grab that job over there with the Oakland Athletics.
I don't think that's going to happen, my man. I think he's going to AAA Sacramento.
Long gone, man. After a flashing start to his big league career, it's been a rough go.
1-1 pitch is hooked down a left field line. That ball's hit well as well. Trumbo will play this one off the fence. A one-hopper in the corner. Mark gets the baseball back in. Aoki started to be waved home and got stopped at the last minute. And it's a double for Ricky Weeks, and the Brewers have runners at second and third, but nobody out here in the third, leading it 2-0, and Braun coming up. Nice job by Mark Trumbo in left field to play the carom cleanly and get the ball in as quickly as possible.
Find that baseball, then find your cutoff man. Then as a cutoff man, you're going to have a trailer. And it's a great job there by Romine letting that ball go. A short hop can really eat you up as a cutoff man and ball carom somewhere and have that runner score because of that. But he let it go knowing there was a trailer. He's going to get a better read on that hop.
Angels have the left side of their infield in. Pujols is in as well, even with the bag. And Kendrick back a couple of steps at second base. Ryan Braun, the batter, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in the first inning. Vargas from the stretch delivers the first one. It's a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes.
When we talk about grabbing a bat and having a strange grip, for this guy, it doesn't matter. Very unorthodox, but he has tremendous torque through the zone. We don't see a lot of guys with a top hand being held like that by Ryan Braun.
1-0 pitch pulled over to third base. Callaspo, a little bit of a bobble, stays with it. Across the diamond goes the throw, and they get Braun for the first down. Runners can now advance. Got a big pitch right there and a big out.
Exactly what Vargas wanted. Get him to pull the ball, stay away from the middle of the field.
Infield in now, still. Kendrick now in at the cut of the grass. Ramos Ramirez swinging at the first one. Good off-speed pitch in the dirt. It's a 0-1 count.
Ramirez has had a tough time picking up the baseball, but he's had some very bad swings. And Victor, every time he's swung and missed, he's asked the home plate umpire if it was a strike.
Gotta love that as a pitcher. You can throw it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. I think he's probably swung at 1 strike in 4 tries today. 1 true strike.
Ramos hitting just .211 coming into this game. Cactus League as he plays this one out into left field. That's a base hit. That's going to bring home 2 runs. And the Brewers are going to have themselves a 4-0 lead. Ramirez went out and reached out for that one, the off-speed pitch, and just flipped it out to left.
Because it doesn't matter how pretty or bad he looked, it's about being productive. And Ramirez knew the off-speed at some point he was going to see it again because he hasn't taken that many good swings about it. Went down and got it. This ball was going to be landing near the dirt. Keeping the bat in the zone for a long time is quite productive against pitches like that.
4-0 Milwaukee. 1 out. And Ramirez standing at first base. Ramirez with his 3rd and 4th runs batted in of the spring. Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher, steps in. Right-handed batter, 0 for 1. He popped out to Romine to end the first. He looks at the fastball missing outside. Lucroy with a very good season last year for Milwaukee. 96 games at .320 with 12 home runs. 58 runs batted in. And not too often you see guys, catchers, sign long-term contracts as he did as he plays this one in the left field. That's a base hit. Trumbo over to cut it off. Does so. Stopping at second base is Aramis Ramirez. So back-to-back 1-out hits, but just back to Lucroy. He's given a 5-year contract extension last year.
It's one of those things that it made sense for both sides. And he's probably very aware, Victor, it doesn't happen very often with catchers. That if they want to do this, why not? Yeah. The dollars are right for both sides.
Lucroy can swing the bat a little bit, but does a heck of a job handling the staff. It's Mike Butcher out to pay a visit to Jason Vargas. In the bottom of the third inning, and Alex Gonzalez is coming up, so we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Mike Butcher back in the dugout. 4-0 Milwaukee here in the third. Runners at first and second and one out. Alex Gonzalez, the batter. The fly ball to left field, leading off the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Looks at a breaking pitch. He's in at the knees. 0-1. Gonzalez, a guy that will be playing some first base at the start of the season with Gene Segura locking down the shortstop position and Corey Hart out to late April, early May.
Yeah, big loss in Gamble, too. Young first baseman down again with a knee injury.
Foul tipped into the mitt. 0-2 count. What the reports on Alex have been very good at first base. He has never played another position in the big leagues. All shortstop.
Good presence. Veteran player who knows exactly where his career is and accepts the challenge and the change.
He got challenged last year when he tore his ACL. This one's popped up out toward right center field. Josh Hamilton moves in into his right. Under it, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Well, you can tell by the way Josh went after that ball that it was a matter of Victor trying to get some work in somehow. And they've been working with him. The ball slices a lot more over there in right field. He took over on that ball very early, away from Mike Trout. Got behind it, anticipating making a throw to third base just in case.
So 2 outs. Ramirez standing at second. Lucroy at first. And here's Gene Segura, the former Angel prospect. Swings the first one and pops it up. Shallow left. Andrew Romine backpedaling out, shading his eyes, even with the glasses on. Makes the catch. The inning comes to an end, but Milwaukee tacks on 2 more on the 2 RBI double by Ramirez. 3 in the books. 4-0 Brewers. The Angels Baseball Network at Fox Sports West. Four to nothing. Angel fans in attendance here. Sparse crowd, if you will, for a midweek game in the Cactus League. With very cold temperatures back in Milwaukee. You'd think they'd be here spending some time. But not really. Just kind of hanging out. Angel fans have traveled well this entire spring. Had great crowds over the weekend with Tempe Diablo and Phoenix Muni. An off day yesterday. And then here at Maryville today, and then tomorrow at Tempe Diablo. When Thursday, you've got another off day before kicking it back up on Friday. Getting to be that time of year.
Have
packing things up.
Couple of night games coming up, Victor.
Yeah.
Get used to those lights.
Last game here in the Cactus League for the Angels is Wednesday afternoon, a week from tomorrow. And then a week from Thursday, Freeway Series kicks off at the Big A against the Dodgers. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. Josh Hamilton swings first pitch and hits from the air to shallow left field. Long run in for Braun. And with Segura playing the overshift, could not get there in time, so it's a bloop single, and the Angels have their leadoff man on for the first time.
Maybe that'll get the Angels offense going here a little bit more as Peralta, even though he hasn't been overpowering, he's done a good job keeping the ball down and keeping the Angels hitters off base with a four-seam and a sinker.
Hamilton standing at first, and Mark Trumbo steps up. Well, he's 0 for 1. Ground ball to short, leading off the second inning. Mark getting the start in left field today, swings through the breaking pitch. An 0-1 count. Mark's batting average in the spring, .231 coming into today's action. 0-1 pitch. Got jammed and fouls it. This one trickling to the third base dugout. That's where the Angels are here at Maryvale.
Victor, he's in that in-between period right now where his hands, his feet, everything is not in sync. With his grip, looks a little different.
An 0-2 count. It's a breaking pitch down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we're talking to Jim Eppert the other day about Mark and his struggles. Better off going through those struggles here now than having to deal with it, the magnitude of the regular season, and much like he did for the second half last year.
He finally found it about 2 weeks ago in the season, and he wanted to carry that into spring training.
Breaking pitch missed off the plate. Not by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But, Mark and Peter, two young players that really got tested last year. Peter, of course, for the lack of playing time consistently and coming off the bench and playing occasionally and producing and just being ready. And Mark, of course, well known around the league about his power. So guys made adjustments against him on the mound.
2-2. Tried to tie him up with a fastball in. It's a full count out. Nobody out. Hamilton standing at first base. 4-0 Milwaukee here in the top of the 4th.
And you mentioned Jim Eppert. In terms of putting work in, these guys do an absolutely great job with their routines. With Jim Eppert, Angels hitting coach, and everybody is in a different program. Something you become accustomed to as a hitting coach.
Peralta set at the belt. Hamilton takes off the 3-2, and he tied him up. Swing and a miss. The throw down is in time. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. 2 outs.
So Peralta threw 1 bad breaking ball that Trumbo missed up in the zone, and then he went right after him. Got the best of jumps for Josh Hamilton, making sure Peralta was going home, and Woodford made an outstanding throw.
Second strikeout for Peralta in this game. 2 outs and the bases clear for Howie Kendrick. He looks in strong. Howie's 0 for 1. He also grounded out to short. Grounded back up the middle. That's into center field. A base hit. 2 out knock for Howie. So 14 consecutive Cactus League appearances with a hit.
Nothing new. Amazing job he does. And he keeps it simple.
So that'll bring up Chris Iannetta. Milwaukee scoring twice the first thing on the Ricky Weeks 2-run home run. And twice in the third, Aramis Ramirez and his 2 RBI single. Now he takes off. The pitch is upstairs to throw down to second. In time, Jonathan Lucroy with a couple of caught stealings here in the fourth. We'll hit in the bottom of the fourth. The Angels trailing it 4-0 from the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports Plus. It is 4-0 Milwaukee. A couple of hot stealings by Jonathan Lucroy to get the Brewers out of the top of the fourth inning.
Victor, very impressive, the tag at second base by Ricky Weeks. We talk about PFP in spring training and all these things that happen with the pitchers and catchers and second basemen, but being able to put the ball down and not find or try to find that runner is very important between the out and the safe on a close play.
It'll be Schaefer, Peralta, and Aoki to face Jason Vargas, his fourth inning of action. Schaefer bounces it foul into the seats. Ricocheting off the top of the dugout. A 1-1 strike count. And the center fielder made a spectacular running catch to rob Albert Pujols of extra bases to end the third.
Yeah, that's after Logan Schaefer himself got robbed by Mike Trout in deep center field.
Yeah. This one foul again into the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Schaefer's 0 for 1. He hit a fly ball to center his first time up. And this is the replay of the Schaefer catch. Vargas with the windup of the 1-2. Emergency hack and just got a piece of it. Fouls it back.
Gotta love those swings. Hey, don't give the umpire another chance to ring you up. If it's close enough, who cares how the swing looks? Defend your zone.
You like that, huh?
Love it.
It's a good look. Schaefer calls it foul.
Look at that. Stays alive. Looks ugly, stays alive. So what?
Another 1-2. Breaking pitch missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schaefer, product of Cal Poly St. Louis Obispo, third-round pick of 2008. 278 last year, AAA. This one hit in the air towards center, playable for Trout. Moves in and to his left, makes the catch. And lowers out number 1.
Hey kids, the Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Farrell's Ice Cream, Parlors and Restaurants is now accepting members for the 2013 season, and members receive an exclusive My Trout jersey 2-ticket vouchers, a fast pass to Kids Run the Bases, and more. To sign up today, visit angels.com/Junior Angels or any Southern California Victor Farrell's location. How about Farrell's?
I like it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Can't do it all the time, otherwise that'd be huge, but it is good.
Good stuff.
1 ball, no
It
strikes.
will require a little extra running.
Yeah, my knees say no thanks. I only caught the outside corner.
Or yoga.
I can't get into the yoga thing. I've tried. I know you're a big proponent of it. Of course. And they missed by much on the outside corner. Peralta, the pitcher, the right-handed batter. 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. 2 strikeouts for Jason Vargas. 2-1. So a miss. Peralta looks like he handled the bat as well.
Former outfielder. And Josh Hamilton is just waiting for anything near them to fire away at first base from right field.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 outs. And Peralta knew it too.
It's a good sign for Vargas on the mound to bounce back from facing 7 batters in the third inning where he was up too often and got hurt. So the top of the order has been the toughest challenge between Aoki and Weeks. 4 for 4.
Aoki 2 for 2, a couple of singles, couple of runs scored. 4-0 Milwaukee here in the 4th. Looks at a strike.
Really became a fan favorite halfway through the season because of his style of play over in Milwaukee. And they can pack him $3 million plus again.
I remember reading that ahead of schedule again as far as their ticket sales are concerned. Angels will be there at the end of August, the last weekend of August. The Halos will be in Milwaukee. Aoki fouls it off the left. 2-2. I like going to that ballpark. Miller Park.
A little glary for the players especially, but for the ball carries like crazy.
Yeah, if you play that the weird start time, like that matinee start time, lines it out to center, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Vargas. You get that sun that comes through the glass panels on the first base side. It's brutal. 4-0. Milwaukee leads it as we head to the 5th on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports Guys. You can win 2-night stay, 2 rounds of golf, and dinner for 2 at the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. Just text the message AM 830 Fantasy to 50352 to sign up. Contestants will be announced daily starting on April the 1st. Contest rules are at am830.net. Keyword fantasy. Brought to you by the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. How about that? 2-night stay, 2 rounds of golf. You had me at golf. I'm hooked. I'm texting right now.
That
Right? Can I
got your attention.
Can I get in there? Or the rules prohibit me from participating? No, can't do. DC he didn't even say anything to me. He just wagged his finger at me.
Whatever
Cannot do.
DC says we do in this booth.
Kind of a wrestler move that he just showed me. Bottom third of the order here in the 5th. Chris Iannetta swinging at the first one. Nudge one towards short. Segura gloves it, but the throw is high. And Iannetta will reach on an infield base hit. Segura on the transfer from glove to bare hand just did not get a good grip on the baseball. Threw kind of a changeup to first base, and there wasn't much on that throw.
Coordination between your hands, your feet, the grip, the webbing, everything comes into play there as you're trying to make sure you don't rush and lose the ball to begin with. And Iannetta's got a couple of infield singles here today.
Andrew Romine, the batter. Second straight inning in which the Angels have gotten their leadoff man on. Romine bounces one through the right side into right field. That's a base hit. Iannetta rounds second, heads to third as the throw is cut off by Segura on the infield grass. So the Angels, for the first time today, get a man in scoring position. They have runners at first and third with nobody out. Jason Vargas will come up.
Pretty good back control there by Andrew Romine, taking advantage of that hole between first and second. And Iannetta, they don't hesitate. Going towards second base. Once he got near second base is when he decided to turn it on and make it all the way to third, or try to. I would make him sacrifice here. He's got to work on it.
Aramis Ramirez in on the grass at third base. Peralta comes set. Vargas showing bunt. Pulls the bat back. Takes the pitch down and in.
Mark Social indicating this morning still that he wants to make sure Vargas is ready in case something happens here at the end of camp with any of the previous starters, and maybe have to put him into action that first series against the Reds in Cincinnati.
1-0 pitch. Vargas pops up the bunt. It lands on the grass. Peralta picks it up, flips it over to first, and the sacrifice advances Romine to second base. Peralta came charging down off that mound, thinking he could make a catch on that ball, but the ball checked up on the grass. Nice play by the pitcher.
That's a good job. That's how you want your pitcher to get a feel for it. You don't care so much at this point about that guy at third base. Making sure the guy from first to second can advance and to get Vargas some reps. A lot of backspin on that bunt.
Been watching Mike Trout hit that backspin. Second and third, one out. 4-0. Milwaukee leads it here in the 5th. Trout steps in. 1 for 2. A fly ball right in the first. A little bloop single. It's beyond the outstretched glove of Ricky Weeks in the third inning.
Looking for one swing of the bat to get right back into this game.
Breaking pitch in the dirt, smothered by Lucroy going to his right. 1 ball, no strikes. Milwaukee is playing their infield back. They'll concede the run, take the out. Chris Iannetta led off this 5th inning with an infield base hit. Romine followed with a single to right. A lineup that seems fairly representative of the one that Mike Scioscia might run out there on opening day in Cincinnati, with the exception of Romine and Vargas in the 8-9 spot in the order. Check swing, and Trout did not go around in the fastball down the way. 2 balls and no strikes.
Very true. There'll be some projected limited playing time for Peter Bourjos throughout that first series. Of course, with no DH in play.
2 balls and no strikes. 1 out. Breaking pitch. That one's a beauty. His slider that catches the outside corner. 2-1.
That's what Peralta did between innings in his warm-ups. A lot of breaking balls. So this is a time where his pitching coach wants to see that implemented. Are you noticing, Victor, how much he has taken off of it? Getting better spin.
Trout hits this one over to Ricky Weeks at second base. They'll get the out at first. Brian Ellis scores, and the Angels get on the board as they trail at 4-1.
Solid contact all again for Mike Trout. And using the middle of the field. Productive in both ways. Contact, getting one guy in and one guy over.
So 2 outs now. And it's Romine standing at third base as Callaspo comes up trying to keep the inning alive. Pujols is on deck. Peralta today with 2 strikeouts, no walks. He's allowed 6 hits. Callaspo swings it, pops up the first one out to center field. Schaefer makes the catch. And the inning comes to an end. The Halos get on the board, however. Milwaukee still leads at 4-1. The Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports Plus. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Milwaukee's on top by the score of 4-1. Victor Rojas along with Jose Mota. Glad you could join us. Tuned us in to Cactus League action. Milwaukee setting up 2, 3, and 4. Weeks, Braun, and Ramirez here against left-hander Jason Vargas. Weeks 2 for 2. A 2-run home run in the first inning, doubled and scored in the third. First one's down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
2 pitches up in the zone. Ricky Weeks has not missed. He struck very hard against Vargas. A couple of fastballs.
That one missing off the plate. Took something off. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Halos with a run on 6 hits. They've committed no errors. Just left 1 man on in each of the first 5 innings of this game. Milwaukee with 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They've stranded 3. 2-0 pitch in tight. Good fastball, but missing in off the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. Cold strike on a fastball. It's 3-1.
Ricky Weeks most likely had a green light on that pitch. Just look at the way he took that pitch, but certainly not in the area he was looking for. It's good hitting there, too.
Yeah, it's not, like you said, it's not automatic.
That's what Mike Trout did first at bat.
That one's way outside. He walked it. So it's a leadoff walk. The first base on balls that Vargas has issued today. bring up Ryan Braun. Sometimes guys get overly excited, overly pumped up when they get green lighted on a 3-0.
And you know what happens? They're like, really? You going to do that to me? Sure.
Yeah.
I want to hack.
Yeah, I think it's automatic. You can swing at everything. I would swing at your pitch. You're looking at one pitch in one zone. You've got permission from the skipper to go ahead and let it fly.
I tell you what, you make it out 3-0, and that's like one of those outs that hurts the most. Usually you end up swinging at something that is not for you.
Braun swings the first one, fouls it back. Yeah, if you roll over an off-speed pitch on 3-0, you're going to hear about it.
You know what happens too is the next time you get a 3-0, 90% of the time you're not going to swing. It stays with you for a long time.
A check-in of Weeks. So Vargas flips it over to first base, and Ricky's back easily.
Ryan Braun continues to be a threat. With the batting average, run production, home runs, a power, playing left field aggressively, and he can steal a base for you. And the best of all for him, he signed through the year 2020.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. And it's 0-2. Unfortunately for Braun, he just can't keep his name out of the media in a negative manner. Talking about issues at the drug test a couple of years ago that was failed during the playoffs, which he eventually won on appeal on technicality, and now this biogenesis mess in Miami. It's down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No question, a talented player.
Oh, no kidding. But as you mentioned, for many other reasons, he's been in the news.
Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 4-1 Milwaukee. Ricky Weeks with the leadoff walk stands at first. Weeks takes off. The pitch is up and away. The third out from Iannetta. And that is a good throw, and it's in time. Weeks has gone down for the first out here in the 5th.
Iannetta might have had a little bit of trouble finding the grip at first, but he stayed right with it. Maybe taking an additional step. And Howie Kendrick, a nice power tag. Get the ball and put it down. Don't look for the runner.
Vargas now from the windup. Here's a 2-2 to Braun. Now in the dirt.
And Angels catchers are in the news, of course, in case you hadn't heard. The Angels did sign a new catcher in Snyder, veteran catcher. Recent release from the Nationals, and obviously because of the inconsistency of the backup catchers, that prompted the Angels to do this.
Braun, a swing and a miss on the breaking pitch down and in. It was in the dirt, so Iannetta will have to throw on to first and complete the strikeout. 2 outs.
Mike Swisher talking this morning about his new acquisition. Snyder's, saying there's a soft type of receiver behind the plate. He's going to be getting some work in here today. Good catch and throw guy, veteran experience, and he says it will be a quick study for him here in camp.
He realizes that it's perhaps an uphill battle. 2 weeks left in camp. As Ramirez swings the first one, hits a towering shot to deep left field. Trumbo going back at the wall, and that is gone. A 2-out solo home run by Aramis Ramirez, and the Brewers get that run back, and it's 5-1 Milwaukee.
This team will hit, especially at home. Very dangerous ball club. Aramis usually aimed the best stretches the Brewers had last year was pretty much in the middle of it. Experienced player, knows that division very well, knows a lot of the opposing pitchers he's going to see. And even though he has not looked good here today, he's got a couple of hits, and he waited for the last swing there to look even better.
27 home runs last year for Milwaukee, his first year with the Brewers. There's Lucroy, looks to the strike on the outside corner. Did 50 doubles, did Aramis Ramirez. Second home run Vargas is allowed today. Lucroy fouls it back. He was on that fastball. 0-2 count. Jonathan Lucroy 1 for 2. He had a single in the third. Lucroy's also thrown out a couple of would-be base stealers. 0-2 on the way. This one pulled sharply over to third. Bobbled by Callaspo for a second. Picks it up, fires across the diamond. And the inning comes to an end. But Aramis Ramirez makes it 5-1 Milwaukee. Terry Smith will be back at the top of the 6th inning as the Angels trail in 5-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports Radio.
Angels trailing the Brewers 5-1 as we move on to the top of the 6th inning. So far on the mound for the Brewers, Willie Peralta has done a fine job. He's struck out 2, no walks issued, and for the Angels on the mound, Jason Vargas has been up in the zone, and he's been hit quite hard. 5 runs, including a couple of home runs here today. As the Brewers make some changes on the defensive side, so do we here up in the booth. And back with a play-by-play is Terry Smith.
All right, thanks, Jose. Yep, a few changes right now defensively for Milwaukee, and it happens on the left side of their field. The new third baseman is Donnie Murphy. He replaces Aramis Ramirez, and the new left fielder is Chris Davis as he enters the ball game, replacing Ryan Braun. So we are ready to go to the 6th inning, 5-1 in favor of the Brewers. First batter up for the Angels, Albert Pujols. He's 0 for 1 today, getting the start at first base. First game this spring in the field. It happens here on the 19th of March. Angels coming into this ball game had played 21 games in the Cactus League. First pitch of ball, the count 1 ball, no strikes. And the next delivery, that one is low and away. 2-0 is the count.
And Peralta continues to stay on the pattern he set last inning with more breaking balls.
He's working in his 6th inning. He came into this game having worked 4 1/3 innings for them all spring. The pitch, and that one is fouled back behind the plate over near the batter waiting on deck, Josh Hamilton.
He's had Albert's number with that inside sinker. Albert almost took him out of the ballpark in the second at bat. Deep fly ball center field and a hanging slider.
And the next pitch, that bounces in for a ball. That was a fine play by Logan Schaefer, the center fielder.
Second time we've been to this ballpark. Second time Schaefer's made an outstanding play against the Angels batter.
Yeah.
Similar.
So a good hitter's count here. It's 3-1 on Pujols, and the next pitch, he lifts this one way up in the air behind second base. The second baseman, Ricky Weeks, on the outfield grass just a couple feet back, will make the call and catch. That's the first out.
Moving up to the ladies' team.
So Peralta has retired the last 4 in a row. Here's Josh Hamilton, who's had a single in his 2 times up. Fans, the Angels annual 5K fun run will take place on March the 30th. That's coming up in just over a week and a half. Participants will run a course through Angels Stadium, receive a commemorative shirt and a ticket to watch the Halos take on the Dodgers that night. Here's a lazy fly ball lifted to left off the bat of Hamilton. And it's caught by the new left fielder, Chris Davis. Josh going after the first pitch there. He's the second out. And Mark Trumbo will be the next batter. Don't forget, for more information on the Angels 5K run, you can sign up by visiting angels.com/5K. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation.
Peralta did just enough on that changeup to keep Hamilton off balance. But again, implementing the off-speed secondary pitches. His third pitch more and more here since the fifth inning. Terry with a thin rotation. He pretty much putting up a good show right now to be a big part of that.
Trying to win a spot in their opening day rotation. Here's the pitch, and that one he fires low and away. 2-0 is the count on Trumbo. Mark has had an 0 for 2 day. He hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. A strikeout and a ground out. Here's the next pitch. Lined into right field. Coming in, making the catch is Aoki, the right fielder. Trumbo hit it hard, but right near the right fielder, and the inning is over. 8-pitch inning. That's all Peralta throws here against the Angels. We get ready to move to the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-1 Milwaukee. Jason Vargas still in there, although the Angels do have action in the bullpen. And we do have a few changes for the Angels in the field. We'll get to those after the pitch. And this one is popped up by Gonzalez on the right side. Chasing in foul territory is the Angels' second baseman. And that's Howie Kendrick. He's still in the ball game. He'll make the catch in foul ground. And Gonzalez is retired. That's the first out. The changes for the Angels are at first base and third base. The new first baseman is Efren Navarro. The new third baseman is Brendan Harris. And the Angels have also made some changes in the outfield right now. Matt Young is the new center fielder, and Trent Olchin up from minor league camp is the new right fielder. Mike Scioscia has gone out to the mound. We're going to have a pitching change, so Jason Vargas' day is over as he goes 5 1/3 innings. A break in the action in the bottom of the 6th. 5-1 Milwaukee. Pitching change coming up on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. is Gene Segura. Segura's had a 1-for-2 day. We'll pick up the rest of the changes. The Angels also making a double switch when they brought in Carpenter. Mark Trumbo also left. So the outfield now is Matt Young in left. Peter Borges enters the game. He's in center, and Trent Olchen is in right. Here's the next pitch. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Carpenter's in a spot where he is trying to win maybe the final bullpen slot for Mike Scioscia. And David Carpenter's done a pretty good job this spring for the Angels. Here's the next pitch. Bounce softly on the left side. New third baseman Harris barehands it and then throws to first base in time.
Well, not the easiest of plays, Terry, because Harris originally thought about fielding that ball with 2 hands. And then because the grass is a little spongy here in Maryville, that ball came up and ended up finding his bare hand and make a solid throw. You were talking about Carpenter. You know, what's most impressive is how much break he's getting on his breaking ball here in Arizona. And the strikeout numbers are pretty impressive. More strikeouts than innings pitched for the righty.
He's appeared in the most games of any Angel pitcher this spring. This is his 9th appearance. His ERA is 3.68. And the pitch, it's bounced on an easy hop to first, right at the new first baseman, Efren Navarro. He'll easily beat Logan Schaefer to the bag, and Carpenter comes in and does what he likes to do, get ground ball outs. He gets a couple real fast here to end the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left. We head to the 7th. Right now, Milwaukee up 5-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports. Fans, don't forget, groups of 20 or more can enjoy Angels baseball for as low as $8 per seat this year. Take advantage of the exclusive group hat collection for select series. To book your group outing, just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups. New pitcher in the game for the Brewers, and they have some other changes as well, but the new pitcher is lefty Michael Gonzalez. And his first pitch, that one misses on Howie Kendrick for a ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Gonzalez gets positioned on the far third base corner of the pitching rubber. And his next delivery, that's on the outside corner, that's a called strike. Gonzalez appearing in his 6th game, and he's given up 6 hits and 4 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings.
He really wants to use that left side of that mound, that rubber, to his advantage. Veteran pitcher. And also one of the few relievers you will come watch him get into a game and throw from the windup.
And here's the next pitch. He misses way high with that one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Gonzalez has been around with the Pirates. He's been with the Braves. He's been with Baltimore. Been with Texas and Washington.
There's a pitch that's low. Gonzalez with the Nationals last year was in 47 games with Washington. Had a 3.03 ERA. He's worked the count full here on Howie. Howie's had a hit today, 1 for 2, and he takes that one low. He's on with a leadoff walk. So the Angels have a base runner to start things off here against Gonzalez.
Luke Peralta did not give the Angels any opportunities at all today. The righty was outstanding with his pitch count around 70 for 6 innings. Allowed 5 hits and was able to pitch deep into this game with his pitch count and where it was.
We'll give you Peralta's numbers in just a moment. And the pitch, Iannetta chops one to second. This could be 2. Applying the tag is the new second baseman, and then the throw to first base will double up the batter, Iannetta. And just like that, 2 are gone for the Angels here in this 7th inning. So Nick Shaw, who is the new second baseman, handling his first opportunity. Brewers have a number of players in there now up from their minor league camp. Batter scheduled for the Angels is Andrew Romine, but it looks like Luis Rodriguez is going to bat. This will be his first time up. Rest of the changes for Milwaukee in the infield. Sean Halton is the new first baseman. Donnie Murphy, who was at third base last inning, he's now playing short. And TJ Middlestat is now the new third baseman. There's a pitch that's on the outside corner. It's a called strike. They also have a new right fielder. We'll double check on who's out there for Aoki in right field. Caleb Gindel is the new right fielder. Here's the pitch, and that one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Luis Rodriguez. Gonzalez set, and here's the lefty's next pitch. Way high and outside with that one. Gonzalez last year with the Nationals, very tough on left-handed batters. He held them to a 179 batting average. In his major league career, in 434 games, his career ERA very good, 2.94. He's been a closer at times in his major league career. Next pitch, and that's on the outside corner, a called strike.
He actually was a closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates, saving as high as 24 games one year.
Gonzalez was in the same bullpen last season with current Angel left-handed reliever Sean Burnett. They were both with the Nationals. Pitch on its way, lifted in the air into right field. Gindel, the new right fielder, has a play. He's under, he'll put it away, and the Angels have a quiet top of the 7th. Here in the inning, no runs, hits, or errors. The leadoff walk, but nobody left. 7th inning stretch time here in the west side of Phoenix. It's 5-1 in favor of Milwaukee on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. battery for the Angels. Chad Cordero on the mound. He replaces David Carpenter. Carpenter did a good job, went 2/3 of an inning, got the 2 batters he faced retired. And the new catcher is the newcomer who the Angels just signed yesterday, Chris Snyder. So that's the Angel battery, Cordero and Snyder. Luis Rodriguez stays in the ball game, and he is now at second, replacing Howie Kendrick. And also coming into the game to play shortstop is Tommy Field. So the Brewers now will begin to send up a lot of new batters after they made all their changes. And the first spot is the number 9 spot. That's the pitcher spot. And this is Caleb Gindel hitting out of the 9 hole for them. He came in to take over in right field for Aoki. And he takes the first pitch to the left-handed batter for a called strike.
Cordero has struggled, no secret about it. He's allowed 12 hits in 4 innings and 11 earned runs. The opponent's there hitting .522 against him.
He has been roughed up, no doubt about it. So he needs a good outing here. Here's the next pitch, 1-1, and that one is cut on and missed by Gindel. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
For Cordero, we know the way things have been going, and everything he has left up in the zone has been hit hard. Obviously, command is not there. He's been out of the game for a while.
He's set the next pitch, fouled off to our left, backing out of play. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Here's the 2-strike delivery. It's smacked on the first base side, but a foul ball. We'll have our Care First Health Plan injury report in just a moment. Don't forget, visit carefirst.com to learn more about their Patients First philosophy of care. Care First, it's all about you. And here's the pitch. That one is a little bit low. It misses for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose, what's the latest on Ryan Matson, who is coming off the Tommy John surgery roughly a year ago? I guess today we heard maybe a minor little setback for him. Here's a ball popped into center field. Coming in, making the grab on it is Peter Borges, and that'll be the first out.
Yeah, Ryan Matson has been experiencing tightness in his elbow, and this is not just from his latest bullpen session. He has been throwing some light bullpens in his rehab progression, but he said it's been happening after every one of those sessions. So Mike Scioscia just said, hey, you know what? Sometimes that last 5% in your rehab program, and as you're trying to get back into pitching and competing, is the toughest one. So that's what the Angels manager had to say this morning in regards to Matson, who did express that there's been some tightness in that elbow.
So that is our Care First Health Plan injury report, and it's brought to you by Care First. You can check them out at carefirst.com to learn more about their Patients First philosophy. Here's the pitch, and that ball is hit high and deep into left field, and that one is gone. So a home run for Milwaukee. Cordero's had trouble with the home run ball. He has given up a few since the Angels signed him, and that's the 3rd Milwaukee home run of the ball game.
Well, the youngsters get into the act pretty much like Ricky Weeks did in that first inning, and then Aramis Ramirez did in the 5th. Breaking ball that just did not do a whole lot. You can see the reaction from Cordero the minute that ball was approaching the hitting zone.
Sean Halton with the home run for Milwaukee, his first at bat today. Here's another batter batting for the first time, and it's Nick Shaw, and he takes the pitch in there for a strike. Next delivery on the little left-handed hitting batter. He takes that one for a strike. It's 0-2. Cordero's pitch comes up and in on him, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chad Cordero now in limited action with the Angels. Cordero has given up 2 home runs in just over 4 innings of work, 4 1/3 innings of work.
Well, what's been pretty consistent is that he's pitched up in the zone, and hitters have not missed any single mistake he has made here this spring.
Here's the pitch. That one's inside, so after getting in front on Shaw, 0-2, the count now runs full. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. See what happens on the payoff. And here it comes. He walked him. It's outside. So that was not a good outcome there for Cordero after getting in front. No balls and 2 strikes. He walked Shaw. 1-out walk. Chris Davis, who's now playing left field, gets ready for his first at bat. He's hitting out of Ryan Braun's slot. Braun was quiet today, 0 for 3. The Angels starter, Jason Vargas, went 5 1/3 today. Gave up 8 hits, 5 runs earned. He walked 1, struck out 4. And he also gave up a couple of home runs, did Vargas, 1 to Weeks and 1 to Ramirez.
Best recipe right now for Chad Cordero: sacrifice a little velocity, keep the ball down, and get a ground ball double play.
Here's his 0-1. That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So as mentioned, Chris Snyder signed by the Angels. He is now catching, and Mike Scioscia said it will be a quick study for him. Caught a few bullpens today before heading out here. Career 29% caught stealing percentage.
And the pitch, that one is cut on a miss. Good off-speed pitch, fooling Davis. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Including 22% last year with the Houston Astros. The important thing is catch and throw, what the Angels have been looking for. A guy with 9 years of experience, hoping to push the young guys and make the team.
Next delivery, that one is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Mentioning Chris Snyder, he was a member of the Diamondbacks for a few years when the Angels' current GM, Jerry Dipoto, was in the front office of that organization as well. So those two certainly know each other. There's the pitch. It's in there on a 2-2 delivery. Taking it is Davis. Struck him out looking. So that's the second out. First strikeout in the game for Cordero. 2 away.
I've got to feel good for Chad for this pitch. He's been trying to find that fastball that runs back over the plate for a while, but because of the inconsistency of the arm slot sometimes, and velocity has been fine, there's no doubt. But just the command and just the feel for pitching, because of his absence for so long, has not been there this spring.
Toss over to first. Runner dives back.
But when you throw a pitch like that last one, then you go, okay, maybe there's something I have found here. Maybe it was a different grip, looking in a different direction with a glove. Maybe where the catcher set up. Any little positive thing you can find, you're going to try to build off of that.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Donnie Murphy, who's batting for the first time today. Jonathan Lucroy, their catcher, is waiting on deck. He's gone all the way in this ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-1 in favor of Milwaukee. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off on the right side. And that one's going to push back to the seats and out of play. We have to get the official attendance today here at the Maryvale Baseball Park. Should be getting that shortly. They have a fair crowd on hand today. Nothing gigantic by any stretch. A lot of Angel fans are here. A lot of red in the stands. Cordero's way in front here on Murphy with 2 outs. He has him in the hole, 0-2, and a pickoff toss. The runner dives back to the bag. That's Shaw over there at first base.
Something else Chris Snyder is getting used to is Mike Scioscia. And the signs. There's the Angels skipper going through those, and Snyder getting used to the new set he has to learn and controlling the running game.
Again, a toss over to first, and the runner is back.
That's a huge part of being a catcher. And a former All-Star. Keep those lines of communication open. Learn and apply quickly.
Next pitch. That one missed a little bit low. The Angels back at it tomorrow and back in Tempe to host the Cleveland Indians. That'll be Tommy Hanson against Trevor Bauer. Bauer, former Diamondback, came over to the Indians in the offseason.
Looking forward to seeing him pitch.
Yeah. Trevor Bauer with his tie-in back to Southern California. Angels will then be in action against the Texas Rangers with Jared Weaver on the hill. That game is on Thursday. Here's a ball bounced to third. It skipped off the glove of Brendan Harris, who's playing over there. And he will be charged with an error on it. No throw anywhere. The inning continues. They have runners at first and second.
Happened a few times with Callaspo today. The ball's really taking off on that left side of the infield. And it's getting to the fielders before they know it. It's getting hotter and quicker here in Arizona with the infielders. That dirt, especially the dirt side.
So here's Lucroy getting ready to bat. First pitch, he takes it for a called strike. Last season, Lucroy, who played in 96 games for Milwaukee, hit .320. He takes that one low and outside. That .320 batting average, the highest batting average ever by a Brewers catcher.
Ron Renicky and the rest of the staff love what he brings. Offensively, defensively, showed it today against the Angels again, making certain throws and catching runners trying to steal.
Yeah, he's had a real good day behind the plate, and he's a guy that's made himself a lot better defensive catcher. He wasn't really known to be all that good defensively, but he's really improved that part of his game.
Sabrin will see guys that come to the big leagues with one label, and they're able to get over the other one that's everybody critiquing and improve on it.
There's a pitch that's low. It kind of reminds you in a way of a Hank Conger. I mean, the knock on Hank right now is his defense. That was a knock against Lucroy a few years ago, his defense. Lucroy obviously has improved that part of his game. Hank Conger still searching to improve that part of his game.
I think where Conger has become, more of a confidence issue right now, and mental. The skills are there.
Here's the next pitch. Lucroy chases one and bounces it to short. Long throw for field and not in time. Boy, Navarro did a good job playing a tricky hop over there at first base. But the bases are loaded. And now we see Mike Scioscia coming out of the dugout, and he is going to make a pitching change. So that's going to be it for Chad Cordero. We'll see how they end up scoring that. I think they're going to give him a hit on it. And in any case, Cordero's day is over as he is unable to survive the seventh. A break in the action, a pitching change for the Angels. Looks like a right-hander trotting in from the bullpen. When we get back, Milwaukee still batting with 2 outs in the seventh. They lead at 6-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. 26-year-old right-hander Jeremy Berg is the new pitcher. He's from Ventura. And we've seen him a few times this spring. He'll sling it up there, side armor. And he comes in a tough situation, although there are 2 outs. He comes in with the bases loaded, replacing Cordero. And the first batter he faces is TJ Middlestat. He's a left-handed batter. This is his first time up, and the first pitch of ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Middlestat hitting out of Alex Gonzalez's spot. He went 0 for 3, their number 6 hitter in the batting order. And the next pitch, it's hit high in the air, foul on the first base side. Navarro is chasing over there, but he's going to run out of room. It's back to the seats and out of play. Fans, don't forget Friday night Music Garden concerts are back for another year of great performances at the Big A. Every Friday night home games throughout the season. The Big A will host live pregame music from local bands in Gate 1 to Music Garden. For more information and to submit recordings, visit angels.com/band.
Always a fun time. You never know, the young talent might be found in that garden, Terry.
That's right. Up-and-coming young talent in the music industry. Here's the pitch. It's skied in the air into shallow left field. Way up there, coming in with the sunglasses on, is Matt Young to make the catch on it, and that will end the inning. So Berg comes in and gets the out with the bases loaded to wrap up the inning. They got the run earlier in the inning on the home run by Halton. That was 1 of 2 hits. Also in the inning, a walk, an error, and 3 runners left. So we've completed 7. We go to the 8th. Angels need runs, trailing the Brewers 6-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Couple of changes for the Brewers. They have a new pitcher. Jim Henderson, a right-hander, has just wrapped up his warm-up tosses. He was with the Brewers last season, appeared in 36 games, had a 3.52 ERA. And there's a new center fielder for Milwaukee as well, and that's Cole Gardner, as he replaces Logan Schaefer, who had a nice day for them out there in center field. Made a fine catch to rob Albert Pujols earlier today. So the first batter up for the Angels is Peter Borges. This is his first at bat. He's hitting out of Vargas's spot, the pitcher's spot, the number 9 spot, and he takes the pitch for a called strike. Peter's now playing in center field for the Angels. And Borges has had a good spring. Here's the next pitch. He chops this one on a high hop over the third baseman. Backing up the shortstop, but the throw by Donnie Murphy skips past Halton, the first baseman, and safe is Borges. That should be a hit for him, and that's how they'll score it. So Peter is on.
There'll be a hit and an error as the throw gets away, and Peter once again hitting the ball on the ground, and because of the threat to bunt the baseball, drawing that third baseman in, and that high hopper enough to get by the third baseman to make it a tough play for the shortstop.
So Borges at second, takes second as the throw got away, went back over to the stands. And here is Brendan Harris set to bat. This is his first time up. He's hitting out of Mike Trout's leadoff spot.
Talking about the good spring Peter's having. He is hitting over 360 now with on-base percentage well over 400.
Here's the pitch on Harris, and he takes that one a little bit low for a ball. Jim Henderson is a native of Canada. He's a tall right-hander, 6'5", 190-pounder. And he had quite a story to get to the big leagues as he delivers that one in there for a called strike on Harris. Henderson spent 10 years in the minors before getting called up last year to Milwaukee, and in his first taste at the major league level, 36 appearances, 3.52 ERA. And he can throw hard. Good fastball, good slider.
Perseverance, man. I applaud anybody that believes in himself enough to keep that uniform on when many people are already guiding them into coaching or retire. You don't have the stuff. But you know what? I applaud it.
Yep.
100%. It doesn't matter what uniform they're wearing.
One ball, 2 strikes the count. Henderson's next pitch. And that is a called third strike on the outside corner. Harris couldn't pull the trigger on it. Struck him out looking. That was a good-looking pitch.
That's part of what Ron Renicky saw along with their pitching coach, Rick Pratt, and the ability Henderson has to control that part of the plate against the right-handers. What a beautiful slider.
Trent Olchen will bat. He's hitting out of Callaspo's spot. Alberto was 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch, and that is outside. Michael Gonzalez, who worked last inning for Milwaukee. He did not allow any hits or runs. He did walk a batter, didn't strike out any. Their starter, Peralta, did a good job, and he gave them 6 innings today. He allowed just 1 run on 6 hits. There's a pitch that is swung on and missed by Olchen. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Their staff is led by the Rays' Giovanni Gallardo, the bulldog of a pitcher on the mound.
He's a guy, he just seems to improve every year.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, good pitcher.
In a challenging ballpark. They were Milwaukee pitching at home half of the time.
Here's the next pitch. Taking that one is Olchen a little bit low. 2-1 to count.
One issue the Brewers need a lot of help with, of course, is the bullpen. Last year, the closing situation and Axford not coming through and trying new guys and different guys. It was quite a problem for them.
The Brewers last season led the majors with 29 blown saves. And they had the worst bullpen ERA in the majors last year as well. There's Olchen swinging at a 2-1 pitch. 2-2 the count. Milwaukee went out in the offseason, and they've tried to retool their bullpen. We saw Gonzalez. He's part of the retooling. He pitched last inning against the Angels. They're hoping that Axford is healthy this year and regains his form. He did finish up last season as their closer. He regained his job, but he also had 9 blown saves last year, but converted 17 of his last 18 save opportunities. So he finished up the year strong. 2-2 is the count on Olchen. Angels batting here in the 8th, trailing Milwaukee 6-1. Next pitch. That's fouled back behind the plate. Talking about the Brewers bullpen last year, Jose. Of course, Frankie Rodriguez was part of their bullpen last season, and Frankie still hasn't gotten a job.
Frankie's still looking for a job, and saw him pitch in the World Baseball Classic down in Puerto Rico. And his stuff just didn't look very good.
Other guy that's still out there is Kyle Loesch, who was one of the better starting pitchers in the National League last year. He is still looking for a job.
That's quite a story there. Very mysterious what the holdup is.
Yeah. Here's the next pitch, and Olchin swings and misses that one. A pitch low and away struck him out, so Henderson has a pair of strikeouts after giving up the leadoff hit. 2 are down here in the Angels' 8th. Matt Young will be the batter. He's sitting out of Albert Pujols' number 3 spot. Young's first at bat today. Who would have ever thought, Jose, that Edwin Jackson would get a 4-year deal with the Chicago Cubs, and Kyle Loesch here on the 19th of March is still looking for a team to pitch for in the big leagues.
Maybe Kyle Loesch saw that type of money committed to Edwin Jackson, said if he gets that much,
I got to get it too.
I think I'm worth.
Mm-hmm. Here's the pitch, bounced sharply but right to second. Shaw is there. He fields and throws out the Angels outfielder Matt Young, and the inning is over. 4-3 on the ground out. Started off with the Borges hit, but that was it. No runs in the inning. 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left. Bottom of the 8th. Angels make a pitching change. Jeremy Berg, who got the final out against the Brewers in the bottom of the 7th, has left the game, and Kevin Johnson, sinker baller, will come in and get ready to work for the Angels. He'll face the bottom 3rd of the batting order. Blake Lally is going to pinch hit, so he will lead it off. He's a left-handed batter, and he fouls that one back behind the plate for strike 1. This is now the pitcher's spot in their batting order, so Lally being used to bat for Henderson. They'll have a new pitcher to work in the top of the 9th against the Angels. Here's the next pitch. And that one missed outside. Fans win 2-night stay, 2 rounds of golf and dinner for 2 at the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. Just text the message AM830 Fantasy to 50352 to sign up. Now, contestants will be announced daily starting on April the 1st, opening day. Contest rules are at am830.net, keyword fantasy. Here's a bouncer hit right to second. Luis Rodriguez playing there. His throw is in plenty of time to get Lally. That's the first out. And the next batter is going to be Cole Gardner, as he will bat for the first time today. Gardner, right-handed batter. Kevin Johnson, as he works for the Angels here against the Brewers. He's appearing in his 8th game this spring. He's worked 7 innings, giving up 10 hits and 5 earned runs. First pitch in there for a called strike. Here's the next delivery. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and it's cut on and missed. 1-2 is the count. Right-hander against right-hander, 2-strike delivery, and it's swung on and missed. A good sinking fastball takes care of Gardner. 2 are gone here in the Milwaukee 8th inning, and Caleb Gindel will be the next batter.
Johnson making the most out of this window that's opened up for him. After watching Cordero struggle, and Berg shutting the door, helping him out. Now Johnson off to a good start here in this 8th inning. Carpenter Terry continues to throw the ball well. A couple of outs today. Throwing strikes. Nice sweeping slider. And he's in the mix.
Here's a ground ball hit right to second. Rodriguez has another play, and his throw to first is in time. Gindel is retired. A nice clean bottom of the 8th inning for right-hander Kevin Johnson. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. The 9th inning is coming up. We'll see if the Angels can mount a comeback. Couple of changes for Milwaukee. They have a new battery, so the new pitcher is Donovan Hand, H-A-N-D, and Blake Lally, who came into pinch hit and was the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning. He will stay in the game and take over behind the plate as he replaces Jonathan Lucroy. So we'll see what the Angels can do, trailing the Brewers here 6-1 as we go to the 9th inning. Jim Henderson worked last inning for Milwaukee, and he gave up a hit, no runs, didn't walk, and he struck out 2. Hand is their 4th pitcher of the day. Right-hander as he begins to look in for the sign. Efren Navarro is the batter, and this is his first time up. He's hitting out of Josh Hamilton's spot. He's playing first base. He takes the pitch for a called strike. Hamilton went 1 for 3 today. Angels have had only 7 hits and just 1 run. Here's the pitch. Chopped on the first base side, right at the first baseman, handled by Halton. He flips to the pitcher Hand, and they get the 3-1 ground out on Navarro for out number 1.
For the Angels, batting for Kevin Johnson, number 39, J.B. Shuck.
J.B. Shuck is going to bat. And Shuck is hitting out at Trumbo's spot, which right now is actually the pitcher's spot because of the double switch the Angels had a couple of innings ago. Trumbo went 0 for 3 today, and Shuck batting from the left side, digs in for the first time. Pitch that's low and inside. Hand is a right-hander, and he's done a good job for them this spring. 8 scoreless innings, no walks allowed, 4 strikeouts. This is his 7th appearance. His pitch grounded on the right side. Nice diving stop by Shaw, the second baseman, and he robs Shuck of a possible hit here in the 9th. That's the second out. Shaw's been busy since coming in over there at second base. He's handled 3 of them now with no trouble, including a double play ball back in the 7th inning. So the batter now is newcomer Chris Snyder, and he is certainly a newcomer. He just joined the Angels organization officially yesterday when the Angels signed him after he was put on waivers by the Washington Nationals. He didn't waste any time to get to Arizona. He lives here in the Phoenix area in Glendale, so he's familiar with this part of the country. Used to be a member of the Diamondbacks, and he takes that pitch for a called strike. Snyder last year was a catcher with the Houston Astros. Right-handed batter. He's a big guy. And the pitch, he takes that one low, it bounces in. Snyder goes about 6'4", 240 pounds. He's 32 years old. Former second-round pick of the Diamondbacks back in 2002. And last year with the Astros in 76 games, he batted 176. He's just a career .223 hitter. Right-hander against right-hander. 2 outs in the 9th. Angels down 6-1, and the pitch that's swung on and missed. So the Angels are down to their final strike in this ballgame. Snyder's best year in the majors was probably the 2008 season when he was with Arizona. And he had 16 home runs for the D-backs that year. He drove in 64 runs. His batting average that season was .237. The attendance today, 5,566. 55-66. 1-2 pitch. A broken bat bouncer hit to the shortstop. Murphy has it, has time, and throws out Snyder, and the ball game is over. So Hand comes in and gets 3 ground ball outs. And the Angels fall today to the Brewers by the final score of 6-1. Tough day today for Angels starter Jason Vargas. 5 runs in 5 1/3 innings. He did give up a couple of home runs and 8 hits in all in those 5 1/3 innings of work. Jose Mota will be joined by Angels manager Mike Scioscia in just a moment. We'll hit some of Mike's thoughts on today's ball game here today at the Maryvale Baseball Park. Quick ball game here today in the west side of Phoenix. 2 hours and 29 minutes the time of the game. Let's go down to Jose Mota and Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Mike, Chris Snyder, we see him